popular thing is some of these restaurants that are open exclusively for dinner, they'll open up their kitchen to some other kind of thing. There's this seafood restaurant that's by me where it during the day, 5 days a week, they have people that come in and use their kitchen to make chicken sandwiches. And so the chicken place has gotten really popular. They don't even have their own location. They're just subletting and they're just renting out the kitchen during the day of a restaurant that was typically only open at night.
Yeah, there's a lot of places like that. Then there's the ghost kitchens. Yeah, everyone's trying to make it work. And it's hard. It's a very difficult business.
You know what I think ruined a lot of dining experiences for me? It's the word fusion. Everybody added the word fusion to something, and they would abandon 1,000-year-old recipes because they spent 2 years in a culinary school, and they decided, I'm going to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I'll make it my own, and everybody's going to love it. And everybody got really fascinated with the idea of fusing these recipes together. I actually if somebody tells me they're doing French Vietnamese, I would rather go find the French restaurant or the Vietnamese restaurant. I don't want anything to do with mixing.
Well, do you think that particular one's a natural combination as the French controlled Vietnam?
I think I use that as the example of the one that people would accept most, as even that is something I don't want any part of.
Well, I'm going to tell you, there have been a lot of successful fusion restaurants. I mean, Wolfgang Puck, by the way, essentially, rose to fame through fusion stuff. I mean, you can't argue with his success.
Well, no, but I would say that you don't need to change a restaurant that sustained people for 1,000 years. The audacity to say, "Hey, I learned how to make a French sauce, and now I'm going to pour it over somebody else's fucking recipe."
Well, I don't think that generally happens. I think restaurants open up with a fusion concept as opposed to 100-year-old restaurants converting to fusion. I haven't seen that much of that.
What I'm getting at is that their recipes are a mixture of some traditional meal mixed with some other traditional meal, and I get it. That's their concept, and I'm just saying, for me personally, I think it's I would rather have authentic food than these kids that come out of culinary school that think that they're gonna change the world by mixing this recipe with that recipe.
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, restaurants, I mean, how many ways are you going to make fried chicken? They have to come out with these fusion things so that there's an angle to get customers for butts and seats.
Just make the best chicken sandwich you can make.
I guess. I feel like, again, how many different ways, okay, we have pickle juice in chicken batter now. What's next? Watermelon juice in there? What's going on here? And yeah, that's
Look, I wasn't going to say anything, but Liz, you mentioning the watermelon juice, well, I'm just glad that there's certain people not on this stage, like Sarah.
or Marshall. He'd be halfway through a fucking struggle session.
Pancetta is what I was thinking of the meat that you would use for carbonara.
And you know what? I am fond of barbecue chicken pizza. I can't eat it anymore, but it was good at the time in the.
Oh, hello. I had all the fucking what was it, the Heart Attack Grill or whatever came out?
That place has the best milkshakes I've ever had in my life.
Well, it seems like that concept is all of fucking, or half of American food now. It's just cover it in fucking cheese and sauce, serve it in a garbage can. It works.
Well, no, you forgot the other part is that the waitresses dressed in sexy nurse outfits spank you if you don't finish your food.
What?
Yeah, the Heart Attack Grill in Vegas. And again, the best chocolate milkshake I've ever had in my life. They call it a butterfat milkshake. I don't care. I could, if I could only drink one milkshake again for life, that would be the one. The food itself wasn't that great, but if you don't finish your food, all of their actually when you go in, they have hospital gowns for like all the patrons to sit at the table and eat in, and then if you don't finish your meal, the sexy waitresses in nurse outfits spank you before you leave. Needless to say, many of the men in the restaurant did not finish their food.
I will say I had a queso cheese over my burger at Red Robin one day. They bring you a burger, and then they have this little tin on the top of the burger that has queso, and then they lift it up, and then it just covers the entire burger. It was actually pretty good, but I don't think I would be able to eat that very regularly. Like that's one of those things that, like after eating it, I was like, oh, what did I do to myself?
So I have a question. As fast foods go, my favorite all-time burger is a triple with cheese at Wendy's, and God, I haven't had one in so long. Does anyone have a comment on that?
I think that's a great underrated choice. Their hot take, In-N-Out Burger, is probably the most overrated fast food of all time.
Oh yeah, In-N-Out Burger is terrible.
No, hold on. Listen. If you don't know how to order at In-N-Out, I can see how you say that it's overrated. But if you haven't had a double animal style, then you haven't really experienced it.
What is
I
that?
totally agree with you, and In-N-Out is very good. It's just, I don't know, I think it's overhyped. Culver's in the Midwest is like easily as good, actually. And Wendy's makes a good burger. Animal styles. What is it, Roger? When they the grilled onions and
It's grilled onions and whatnot, and it's mixed in the it's got melted cheese with all that shit. It's amazing.
So the reason I like a triple with cheese at Wendy's, which I haven't had in a decade, is it just the sodium content is out of this world. Like there's more salt on that thing. I love it. I love that goddamn burger. And it's square, right? Those patties are squares. David, go ahead.
Why are square burgers like that big a deal? Now, I grew up with White Castle, and they were a big deal because it was horse meat. But why do people like Wendy's square burger?
I just think the burgers. Well, okay, let me back up. I used to like the double Whopper with cheese because I thought it was a healthier choice, right? And a Big Mac, the way the Big Mac is done so poorly, it looks so far from what they present, right? When you go in real life in a restaurant, the real burger doesn't look anything like the promotion, of course. The Wendy's burger, however, I think looks far closer to the promotion at the Wendy's that I've gone through wherever. And I just think it's a better tasting burger. I don't know what to say. I don't know why. I don't know what it is other than that.
No, so what is the question?
I was going to ask you what your favorite fast food dish is.
I'm listening. Don't fuck this one up.
So, with all due respect, like, I don't really eat fast food. So we don't.
You only drink, right? You don't eat.
I know. He knows I'll get on his case.
Yeah, I don't really eat fast food, to be honest with you, so yeah.
There's no question, guys. Like, it's not even a close. I mean, unless you've had, like, the perfect Philly cheesesteak, it blows away these burger joints. Like, it's not even close. It's the best fast food.
I had a Philly cheesesteak tonight with it was just the steak, mushroom, and onions. It was pretty good. it was. I'm sure you have much better places where you live, Abby, but
It's-
I will vouch. It was probably the best meal I've had all week.
The rolls.
I will say,
are the
like,
issue.
I don't.
It's the rolls.
Yeah, I don't really eat like hamburgers, but like I don't know, like I really can't pick like my go-to. I would say like the last time I had like a good hamburger was definitely not like a fast food place. It was like a local place in New Jersey.
How about boardwalk food, David? Like
Yes, of
really
course.
good-
Yeah, absolutely.
Great
Yeah.
boardwalk food.
Yeah, you know, Zabby. You know what's funny is like for some reason like getting like fries and like hanging out in the boardwalk. Yeah, definitely. I don't know why it tastes differently, right?
But it's also like I put this in the chat. The Italians in Wildwood make like the best pizza, boardwalk pizza. You know, it matters what shore community you're in.
Yeah, absolutely, sure. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Like even in Atlantic City, like getting like a proper pizza in Atlantic City.
I
Yeah.
don't know. AC food not as good. Ocean City has much better food.
Well, obviously, like Abby, you would know this. Like all my best friends, like we all have shore houses in Margate.
Yes.
And the Margate food scene is very nice. Very nice.
So have you guys ever like chased the like gone to Buffalo to get wings? Like chased the origins of a particular junk food? You know what I mean? Like gone to cities where it originates from.
Without just interruption, without doxing someone, is there an Instagram account with a cannabis? I don't know. I'm gonna end up. I'm just trying to find out who's friend requesting me on Instagram.
Docs.
Is that you, David? Is that you? You're not Jewish.
Oh,
Shouldn't
it's,
figure. Go ahead.
there's a few that are on Clubhouse with us.
I'll just ask people in the back channel.
Sorry, I don't have any cannabis teapots on Instagram.
Do you guys? It's the summer. Do you have water ice where you are? Italian ice? No.
Nope.
So Liz, where you are, what's the junk food that's indigenous to there?
Okay, so I put Coney Islands from Detroit. Those are delicious. They have a knockoff in LA called Tommy Burgers. It's not quite the same, but it is locally known.
You Tommy Burgers is the knockoff? Maybe the other one's the knockoff.
No.
Because Tommy Burgers has been there for a really long time in LA. It's an LA institution.
Coney Island is an institution in Detroit.
And Tommy Burgers is an institution in Los Angeles.
I'm just saying. But also,
Someone describe what it is.
Fine.
you throw. Okay, so in Detroit, it's chili with beans, and they put it on everything. In LA, it's chili, no beans, and they put it on everything, including tamales.
Well, have you ever been to Dick's Burgers in Seattle?
With all due respect, like chili.
No, what is
Did
that?
anybody hear? It's a burger joint. It was wrapped about by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Turn around the other way. Stop and eat at Dick's. It's a very popular old school burger joint, and it's very interesting. It almost has like a cult like following.
I was underage the last time I was in Seattle, so I couldn't go anyplace cool.
In fact, Sir Mix-a-Lot says Dick's is the place where the cool hang out.
Exactly.
I mean, I also like hoagies. I don't know. I call them a hoagie. You probably call them a sub.
Yeah, I call them a sub. I really like going to Dick's Last Resort in what's that casino in
Excalibur.
Out of Excalibur?
Yeah.
We're going to Excalibur?
No, but there's one time with my nieces and nephews wanted to do that, and I will just say the people at Dick's were very. Oh, I guess they're probably not supposed to be nice, but they're very not nice.
They're not nice, right? They're like Epic or Wiener Circle in Chicago. They yell at you.
No, but
Yeah.
that's part of the theme, by the way, is that they're not supposed to be nice.
Yeah, but I don't get it.
When's
I
the
don't get
last
it.
time you
I don't
went
like
into
that.
Excalibur, Ken? Seriously.
What?
When's the last time you walked into Excalibur?
Oh, I can't even remember.
Right.
But but I know what he's talking about, and I know that Dick's in particular. I mean, that restaurant, their theme is their shtick. To use a Yiddish term, to be rude to people, and supposedly people are supposed to think that's fun. And if you like that kind of thing, that's I've never actually even eaten in Dick's. Quite frankly, I don't even know if I've ever eaten in Excalibur, other than I've been to the casino or something. Yeah.
The Tournament of Kings. They have the jousting.
I've never even gone to that, actually. 'Cause you have to eat.
Medieval times.
You
Yeah,
have to
don't
eat-
you have that? It's like
you-
medieval times, right? They have
Yeah,
that.
but you have to eat with your hands and everything, and like it's like I never found it attractive.
Ken said he is not a Moldovan peasant. He does not eat with his hands.
Wait, Liz, are those places still around? The medieval times?
I think they are.
They're all
I've
in
never
Buena
been.
Park. In medieval times has survived, and then they have another one that's gone by different themes. Why are you talking while I'm talking? Dude, is that somebody's friend? That guy's always drunk, and he's always talking over people.
I like how everybody rushed forward to say how that was their friend.
So wait, where is medieval time?
It's in Buena Park, and there's medieval times, but there's a couple blocks down. There's another one that it rotates every couple of years. They'll have like Wild West themes, they'll have pirate themes, so all kinds of different stuff. And so it just kind of changes. Medieval times is the only one that doesn't really change.
There used to be a place in Jerusalem. I don't think it's there anymore. It was called the Culinaria, and it was done like old Rome. I mean, you're like literally in the old city of Jerusalem, and you're supposed to eat a meal. The same concept, you eat a meal with your hands and with utensils from ancient times. And they tried to make it very authentic. So on the side, right near where the bathrooms were, they had the vomitorium, which I guess is trying to keep it authentic.
Another LA classic, but it's been duplicated all over the country, is Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Like that originated here, but everybody's doing chicken and waffles.
Okay, I haven't tried that. I'll have to try it.
A place that shut down that really shouldn't have. I think it's still in San Francisco, but I don't know if anybody remembers the Stinking Rose, which was at the garlic restaurant in Beverly Hills. They had a 40 clove chicken that was mwah.
What's it called?
The Stinking Rose. They did an excellent Bloody Mary that had garlic cloves in it. They actually did a garlic ice cream, which was not terrible. There was just nothing bad at that restaurant.
How'd your body smell after that, though?
Oh, you reeked. You absolutely reeked. And it was just a great place. I think the one is still open in San Francisco, but I really miss the Beverly Hills. That's one of those places where if you had a long weekend, you went there Friday night. there's Johnny's Pastrami. We don't do delis. Well, Cantor's.
I mean, my friends opened up a deli here with a 5-page menu. I have a sandwich named after me. Like, some of us, they gave us sandwiches. So it's funny because my original sandwich was a Philly cheesesteak, but they totally screwed it up. I got in a big fight with my friends who own the place because they put like mushrooms on the cheesesteak. I'm like, you don't do that. It was the wrong roll. And it didn't sell. So now I have the chicken farm is named after me.
Abby, is that in Philly or Vegas?
Vegas. It's the one, the big one down on, you know, where I'm talking about. It's near Piero's.
Well, and
Oh, you mean the one
shout out-
that the deli that's been there for a long time? You mean? So,
No, it just, it was an old deli, then they moved it and redid. They moved it and they made it huge. There's a huge bagel in front.
Yeah, okay. I know. For whatever reason, you don't want to say the name. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. We were supposed to go there like 2 years ago or something, right?
Food's great. Yes, the food's great. And they have, okay, so here you go. It's a deli that has slot machines in the deli.
Is this the one, by the way, that's opening sister location?
Yes.
Boca Park.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the Boca Park to open because there'll be much better parking.
Maybe I could get a different sandwich named after me.
there's a throwback to former clubhouse person that we all, well, a lot of us knew and were friendly with, Nate Blonde. There's a place called Boss Sushi, and there was a sushi roll named after him.
Yeah, we were just talking about him yesterday. Just thinking about him. Just so sad.
Did something happen?
He passed away.
I didn't even know that.
And he lived near us, Ken.
Well, I know he moved to Vegas. You know, I spoke to him once or twice when he moved to Vegas. He knows my brother very well. You know, so, but he never really called me when he was out here. And so I didn't know, you know, I knew some of his health issues, but, you know, from speaking to him, but I didn't know, when did he pass?
This one was it?
I think it was either the December or January. It was recent.
I think it was December. It's kind of.
Wow, I got to ask my brother. Even my brother hasn't mentioned that to me. I'm wondering if he even knows. Okay. That's interesting. How did you guys find out? Like,
I mean, I'm on Facebook, or, you know, there was like some friends wrote stuff,
Oh,
and
okay.
everyone knew on Clubhouse. And,
yeah, 'cause I don't even look at my Facebooks anymore. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. That is sad. Okay.
he had heart issues.
I know that, I know. I know about, you know, I know about that in detail. I mean, but he was still living in LA.
Didn't we have a heart transplant recently?
Yes, right. He had a heart transplant.
Holy shit.
That was right. He had the transplant right before the pandemic.
Yeah, that's right. Because when he moved here, it was kind of as the pandemic was ending, and he had it for a few years.
I remember him telling me in a small room that he goes, Roger, I'm not going to come back to your rooms. He goes, no offense, but he said it gave him too much anxiety, and then that's how when he started explaining his heart issue to me.
He was also a Sopranos super fan, and when I say super fan, I mean just absolute fanatic about that show.
Oh, also with Bugs, like mob stuff, because he had Bugsy Siegel memorabilia, like some serious stuff, very valuable stuff. He had, when they originally opened the Flamingo, they handed out, I guess, these statuettes, flamingos, and he had one of the original ones. He said that my friends that have the deli, he sold them. He had the original menu from the deli at the Flamingo when they first opened it. He was, I think he had a lot of like, he was a collector.
Abby, are you all caught up on the drama between Sarah and Pepe and the civilized world of Clubhouse?
No. When I went to Zion National Park and was into nature for the last 2 days. What did I miss?
Oh, we had a good old fashioned room and a response room and all that kind of jazz because apparently we tried to help Sarah see the light that running rooms and allowing people to just go off shouting the N-word repeatedly is a bad idea, and she chose instead to go to the dark side and said that she thinks it's funny and nobody's going to tell her what to do. And so they did a room talking about how modding Pepe and saying how the N-word is just free speech, and basically like they're done with the people that don't want to hear it. And so now we've got so Sarah is no longer welcome in polite society.
Okay, I missed all of it.
We even streamed their room into the room. The room that we're having now, it had a different title, but we were streaming it, and it was interesting to hear some of the weird commentary that they had. It was nuts. And then they even changed the title of their room to warning. We say the N-word, please enter with caution, or some shit like that. So they actually, all of the criticism that we had for them, they just kind of leaned into, double down, triple down on. So don't be surprised if you don't see Sarah or Pepe around civilized rooms again.
I really don't like when I hear that, and when I hear the K word. I just prefer people try to elevate themselves a little bit.
Well, at least that's one manic, whining, high-pitched, annoying voice.
I can't believe they tried to blame you for it, Liz.
I'm telling you, it's because they thought, or she thinks that I'm the only one on stage who won't speak back to her.
Hey, I thought she was talking about Pepe, the whiny.
Yeah, this is Pepe's got a shield now by the name of Sarah, and they're on a reign of terror.
You live in not Washington. Where do you live again?
Yeah, I'm in the Pacific Northwest, just north of Seattle.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna be happy. They're gonna re-release The Last Dragon in October.
What? What theater?
AMC's right now. I'll let you know.
Are you coming out?
Coming out. The movie's gonna be hot. I can't be everywhere.
Shit. Well, have them do a big old to-do out here and fly you out.
Hey, you gotta do it. Do it out there, and I can talk to you about it.
I will absolutely stir the pot. There's a community of cinephiles up here that I think will love it. We will definitely get them out in droves. I'll even talk to the media to see if they could write stuff.
There you go. Yeah. Ah, boy.
It's happening in October?
Yeah, you go to AMC's website, you'll see it. It's on the 19th.
I'll check it out. I got in an argument with somebody in a Facebook group recently. Where somebody was saying that they were talking about great martial artist in film, and somebody mentioned you, and then somebody came back and said, "I've watched it. I tried to like it. I just didn't get it." And then I just went off on him. I was just like, "Watch it again, you asshole."
It's funny. It's funny. Yeah.
Do you really teach gyrotonics?
Well, I took the teacher training, yeah, but I'm an actor.
Oh, I knew you
I
were
could
an
teach.
actor, but I never noticed that other part of your profile.
Okay. Yeah. I did
So
in
hard.
New York. I did 2 teacher trainings of gyrotonic.
I have tried. I'm like, I feel, Pilates I can handle, but I feel like I go in so many directions with the gyrotonics. It's really,
Well, you have to just surrender to the movement. It's subtle. Pilates is subtle. Gyrotonics is all about the spine, and there's a lot of details to it.
it's a lot of details. It's almost like, rubbing your head and what's that? We're doing 2 different things at one time.
And there's a lot of depth. Julio Horath, the creator, he and his team, they create different apparatus that create more different kind of movements. Like the arch, the gyrotoner. It works the hips, and you're working your feet in the circular motion, as well as you're working your hands. I don't know if you've seen that machine, the gyrotoner.
Roger, you know what we're talking about, the gyrotonic machine?
No. Tell me about it.
It's like, well, you can probably do a better job. But I mean, the concept like with Pilates, with the springs and stretching.
Yeah, I actually bought a Pilates little box thing that's got these little it's got these little pedals, and you can do arm or leg things. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Little Pilates box.
I don't know that. I have a reformer. It's just like the bed that you use. But the gyrotonic is. Let him explain it.
Well, Julio Horath is Czech. He's Romanian. He was a ballet dancer, and he was also a gymnast, and he did yoga and different things like this. And he had a bad injury, an accident, somewhat like I've been going through. And he just couldn't fix it. He couldn't, and his passion was dance. He moved out to, I think it was the Virgin Islands, somewhere in St. John's. I don't remember exactly, but around there. And he found himself focused on his healing, and he got into meditation, and lo and behold, he had a download, and he saw these kind of cat movements, and he started doing these movements, and he healed himself of a really bad injury that was wasn't going to happen, and it blew away his dancer friends, and then they started doing these movements. It was first called gyrokinesis, and there was no machine involved. It was just these movements that were kind of yogic, and you have to see it to understand. It's kind of like a Tai Chi look, but you can do it from a chair. So that's what made it great. You can do it from a chair. You didn't have to be standing. Then his friends would bring other people than family members that were having really bad injuries, and that's where he developed this machine. And that was when Gyrotonic was created. And now it's all over the world. And it's really for people that want to develop more flexibility and understand how to generate energy in the spine. It's big in the dancer community. I guess Mojo dance community, and that's it. That's it.
I know the lady that was training me with Pilates also was certified with it, and she was doing Steven Tyler, teaching Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
Who had his residency here, and also Lady Gaga uses it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of celebs, but because their movements on stage, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many movements you can use it to strengthen. Most of the time, it's kind of feminine, the movements, soft, but you can use it. There's different apparatus that you can use for strength. You know, like the arch. There's so many variable movements in it. It's really fantastic. But it's not so popular like Pilates, you know, because I guess the look of it, I don't know.
It's a little odd looking. I had a chance to buy one. There was a studio that went out here, and they were selling them, used ones. But it was definitely not something I could figure out myself. But it is odd looking.
Yeah. It doesn't look as dynamic just from looking at it. It probably looks strange. Where Pilates, it looks more, something that people can wrap their head around, and it looks like strengthening through movement. Yeah, but it is fantastic. I mean, I'd say get into it if you're interested. Mojo, if you're interested in gyrotonic, most guys look at it and go, no, not for me. Too much hip movement.
Dude, it's all about fucking loosening up them hips, man. If you don't work on those stabilizer muscles, you're in trouble when you get older. If you don't work on them stabilizer muscles, that's how like an old person they're in declining health, and then they lean the wrong way, they don't have the right stabilizer muscles, they fall down, they break a leg, break a hip, and then boom, it's accelerated downhill from them. So yeah, you definitely work on that.
Yeah, the thing about gyrotonics is all the movement that you're doing with a decompressed spine. So you basically start with something called narrowing. And narrowing is a soft decompression of your spine. So as you breathe in, you're decompressing the spine, and then you begin these movements that are like snake-like. You're back and forth. The hips are moving, and then you go in a circle. You got to see it, though. It can't explain really, until you see it.
I just did a Kundalini class today.
Who said? Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How did it go?
Good. It was in Malibu. And a lot of chanting. And core muscle exercising.
Did you do the breath work, right?
Yeah.
How'd you find that?
Well, I meditate now. I meditate at home because I know the teacher, but it's okay.
What did you discover meditating?
That I'm really fucked up and I need to do a lot more of it.
Yeah. Everybody does. Everybody. Get your pal Mojo into it. Mojo, get that cigar out your mouth. Do some meditating. He posted, it's against my religion.
Bro, listen, the meditating thing is crazy. Like, I try. The first thing is like they want you to sit in this uncomfortable position.
No. Nobody wants it. That's some strange place you went to.
Dude, even when you watch these fucking videos on YouTube, it's like you first gotta cross your goddamn legs and sit Indian style, and like that alone is like, okay, I'm not comfortable, and so all I'm thinking of is like, can I just get in a more comfortable position? Like, that's all.
No, you don't have to sit. That's some rigid technique. You can sit in a chair. You can meditate with an erect spine. You know? Yeah. Just close your eyes and drift off. And Dr. Joe Dispenza really agree with that. But there's so many different. You just find what resonates with you, and just take some deep breaths, bring the brainwave patterns down, and go on a trip. You know, you can even look. You know, have you looked at Kaleidoscope?
No.
Oh, that's fascinating. Gets you into a trance state. It's amazing.
Can you do that playing video?
Oh, that's another story. The video games, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the Kaleidoscope has all the geometric shapes, right? You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Sorry, I'm actually doing something. Give me like 2.
Go for it. Is everybody?
What were you asking, Primac? What were you asking?
I said, have you ever watched the Kaleidoscope?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Yeah, if you go to YouTube, you'll see all this. It's beautiful. There's all these geometric shapes that there's a point in the center, and it's going back and forth. I think Wallace in the audience, he's looked at it. But I wouldn't necessarily get too deep on it online. There is a company that Dr. Joe Dispenza used to collaborate with. And because you can have bad actors create a kaleidoscope online that is not helpful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to look at anything that's going to put you in a trance state that has some subliminal messages that are creepy.
100%.
Yeah. So, but I forgot the name of the company, but they create some. You just go on a trip. It's really something, another thing that's hard to explain without you seeing it. It's really something else. Well, it's very colorful. In fact, Dispenza had a retreat I went to, and he put the compound DMT in the kaleidoscope, and I had a response from it, like not full out like doing ayahuasca. You know what ayahuasca is, yeah? You know what ayahuasca is.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So it was like, that's the compound he had in the kaleidoscope. And I actually got to experience it. But not full out. Because it's a natural occurring chemical that's in your body. So you can awaken it in the body.
It's like Kundalini rising, except not a food.
That's right. Yeah, I haven't fully experienced the Kundalini yet. It might have something to do with the injuries I've had, because I had an S-curve in between my shoulder blades, and you have to milk the spine. You have to kind of squeeze it, and it was hard for me.
Have you had a lot of surgeries?
No, I don't do any surgery on that. Knee and hip isn't as bad, but anything that messes with the spine, you just know when to do that. That's.
Oh, I see.
That's like flipping a coin. Yeah.
You're doing better though, right?
Oh yeah. The meditation's helped a lot. Yeah, it's good. You have a good memory. Haven't been around the app for a long time.
Well, I knew you were you were dealing with your back, but
Yeah.
I'm afraid of like even my back, just injury.
What up, man? Yeah, it wasn't like it was a much right there either, right?
Inaccessible. And like when I mean that was like the best steak I ever had, man. Oh my lord.
wow.
And by the way, Edward, you'd be surprised at all the steak places that I found in Tokyo. I found halal ones. They have halal steak places. You wouldn't think so.
Edward left.
But yeah, but Mazi, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually surprised about Japan in that perspective, man. They have a lot of kosher and halal restaurants out there, and I was
Yeah, way more than I expected. Way more.
right. So they have and they also have a huge Latin culture out there. It's crazy.
So, do you know why they have a lot of kosher?
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, Japanese have really
It's
caught on
because
to
Japan
that.
was buddy with Nazi.
Oh, for real?
Wait, say that
I
again?
don't know that.
Was it not?
I don't know.
Yeah, Japan
Yeah.
was buddy with the Nazi.
Really?
That's
I
right.
never.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
never
they
knew
were.
that, but I.
That's why they dropped the bombs on.
Oh yeah, I had
Yeah.
but I was in we went to, and it was funny though, like so outside of Yokohama, after you leave where I was at, man, we had went to Chinatown out there, and I'm walking down the street and I hear salsa music playing. I'm like, yo, like I gotta go see that. I was like, I thought I was tripping, and I'm like, yo, all my colleagues, they wanted to go to the little other spot, right? And I was like, nah, I don't know where y'all going, but I'm going there. Here, man, I hear music from my home. Let me go in there. So I go in there, and there was a Japanese crew singing salsa music in English, and then they'll do their next set in Japanese.
No,
That was
Chucky,
lit,
let me
man.
tell you something.
Oh,
The Japanese,
wow.
the Japanese.